Hey guys, welcome back to Scenes Recap. In this movie, when you make your parents worry about you, a monster named GRIMCUTTY appears and wants to kill you. But there is a way out. This can be done by stabbing the worried parent or by them injecting themselves with a drug that renders them unconscious. And also you can try to reason with them, but this option is very unlikely. Only then will the monster haunt stop. Did they manage to find a permanent solution? Let us find out. At this point, if you're new to Scenes Recap, please hit the subscribe and the bell to never miss any of our daily uploads. It might seem so simple for you, but the fact that you have done it already means a lot to us. The film opens up to a mother named Melinda. She checks on her son, Brandon. Very concerned, she locks the door of her son's room after checking on him. Brandon, scared of a monster that visits him at their home. The kid rushes to the kitchen through the window to get hold of a knife. Meanwhile, Melinda searches for articles that describe the adverse effects of social media and the strange online challenges that teenagers become prey to. She starts getting worried that her son, Brandon, could have come across such topics. She considers untoward. While she is busy browsing the internet and getting more worried from her researches, a monster appears to Brandon. Her son seeks refuge in her room holding a knife. This terrifies Melinda and warns Brandon to be careful with the knife. Right after her appeal, he goes on to stab her. The movie then cuts to the scene and introduces us to Asha, who is recording an ASMR video for her YouTube channel. The ASMR includes crushing sounds of several objects that help people calm and soothe. When she comes out of her room, we are introduced to her family. Her father, Amir, beckons her to keep her phone at home just like them, which she reluctantly follows. Then we see her mother, Leah, all preparing to go to a jazz concert, where Asha's younger brother, Carmen, plays the trumpet. Amir and his wife speak with a parent couple, David and Smith, about their children's screen time and their low attention span. This is where Amir first learns from David about a strange internet challenge involving a monster that we were introduced to before in the opening scenes, called Gritty, because teenagers are cutting themselves. Meanwhile, Asha comes out to speak with her friend, who mentions a popular kid from their school, Cassidy Johnston. She commented "wow" on one of Asha's posts, which this friend thinks to be in ironic fashion. Amir comes out to speak with Asha and saw them discussing something from Asha's friend's phone. He interrupts them and mentions to Asha that he took her phone out of sheer concern so that she would have a normal childhood. At home, Amir and Leah receives the news about GRIMCUTTY from the spouse they met earlier at the jazz concert. They start getting anxious about it and calls both Asha and Carmen to speak about it and warns them not to get caught up in it. When she returns to her room, she scrolls through her social media posts to read about GRIMCUTTY. She then asks her friend, Emily, about it. Meanwhile, her parents start getting anxious as they research over the subject. Due to her parents' anxiety, GRIMCUTTY appears to Asha. She starts screaming immediately, which scares her parent to the point of calling the police. The cops mention it being just an online challenge, while she insists on actually seeing it. After this incident, her parents decide to take their digital devices to put in a detox box. It frustrates Asha, but Carmen happily does it like a good kid, knowing he has a backup hidden from her parents. Asha, unwilling to give her phone, asks her parents what they must have been smoking through the night to even come up with such an idea. This makes Omri angry and takes the phone from Asha. As they still struggle with who takes the phone, GRIMCUTTY appears and compels Asha to let the phone. Screaming to something only seen by her made her look even more crazy to her parents. Asha later that night goes to Carmen's room to get the personal laptop he has been hiding from his parents. From that, she manages to contact her friends, who mention the tales about this monster as they also explain their parents' concern about the Gritty. Her parents as far as disconnecting the internet, which discontinues her search. She then comes out of her room, gets her phone back from the detox box, and goes out of the house to speak with these friends. Her parents learn that Asha's phone is missing from the detox box, and start looking around for her while she tries to hide from them. They later agree to meet at school and not allow their parents to stop them from going the next day. When she goes to their house, GRIMCUTTY chased after her. Asha runs to the bathroom, where GRIMCUTTY blocks the door from shutting and starts cutting her with a knife. She starts screaming as she tries to reach a knife that was there, right after which, Amir reaches there, and it disappears from Asha's sight. Seeing her with the knife, it was difficult for her to explain to her parents about the existence of Gritty. As Amir and Leah believes, she did it to herself for the popular social media challenge. Because of this terrifying incident, Amir and Leah think she does not go to school the next day. Asha is forced to lie about it, saying she cut herself accidentally with the knife she used to get her phone from the detox box. When she slams bathroom door to hide from her parents, she insists it was not because of Gritty to go to school the next day. The school invites a stand-up comic to make the students that show up at the school feel relaxed. Between his act, Cassidy and Asha come out and start speaking about the detox box. Surprised with why their parents are doing the same thing to stop them from accessing their phones, they thought of a place to go get a laptop and research about it. They go to a party of a rich kid, Oliver, where everyone in a video begins to ridicule of being brainwashed by GRIMCUTTY. Meanwhile, Amir gets worried when he learns that Asha is not in school and calls Leah to tell her about it. While searching about the detox box, Asha and Cassidy came across Melinda Jane's post, the woman we saw in the introduction of this movie. They learned that local parents share the exact details about the detox box and screen time. Both the teens consider it to be brainwashing done by the likes of Melinda. Leah gets the video where the teenagers were ridiculing Gritty Talks and shows it to Amir, where they notice Asha. They quickly drive to the place. Meanwhile, Asha being unable to find Melinda's home address, she calls her brother Carmen to help her out. Asha's last post on social media made her parents even more worried, as it touches on Gritty. The monster appears to Asha and starts chasing her. It catches up with her and strangles her while cutting her thigh. She reaches a knife and cuts the monster's hand, where it disappears. Trying to flee from the house, it appears to her again. She cries for help. Amir hears her daughter screaming for help and shuts the music at the party before heading towards the scream's direction. Thankfully, Asha's parents reaches before her harming incident could go to any extreme. GRIMCUTTY was cutting Asha, but her parents could not see the monster. All they saw is Asha cutting herself. From the monitoring device, Amir soon realizes that someone is using their house Wi-Fi. He gets worried again after learning that Asha had tasked Carmen to search something for her on internet. Angry and worried, her parents quickly drive back home. However, Carmen found Melinda's address before the monster appeared to him too. His parents arrived, finding him unconscious after being strangled by GRIMCUTTY. They rush to the hospital, where Asha finds her brother's laptop with Melinda's address. She takes her mother's car keys and heads to Melissa's home. On her way out, she learns her friend, Cassidy, is also admitted in the same hospital. She meets her and Cassidy informs her of being attacked by the same thing, GRIMCUTTY. They consider their parents freaking out, making the monster appear, and decide to find a way to stop it. Asha then goes to Melinda's house to speak about it, but Melinda does not disclose any details. She manages to sneak into her house and finds her son locked inside his room. When she tries speaking with him, the mother points a gun at her head and threatens to kill her. There, Asha confirms her theory is true from Brandon, when he said he does not want to make her mother worried. In the next scene, Leah finds the address to Melinda's home and lies to Amir of their daughter's whereabouts, appearing to have realized that their worries might have a play in the monster appearances. She then goes after Asha and takes a cab to Melinda's home. There she found her daughter closed in a room. She gets angry with Asha to the point of slapping her. This after Melinda explained to Leah about her daughter's intrusion. As they walk out of Melinda's house, her daughter keeps telling her what Melinda did and how she found her son locked in some room. Despite being angry with Asha, Leah comes out of her car and returns to Melinda's house to confront her about her kid, who is in danger as per what Asha mentioned. This also follows her interest to know more about GRIMCUTTY and her posts about it. Despite Melinda not giving her permission, Leah enters her house. While Leah asks her questions about her posts and how she came to know about GRIMCUTTY, Melinda starts getting worried about Brandon, where GRIMCUTTY appears and starts struggling her son. Melinda runs upstairs and finds Brandon on airlifted with nothing around him but struggling with something on his neck. Behind her, Melinda hold a gun, wanting to shoot her for reigniting her past problems. When she turned and pointed the gun to Asha, Melinda pushes her, and she falls, making the monster disappear, leaving her son Brandon. At this moment, when Brandon was released by GRIMCUTTY, and stabbed her mother's thigh from behind, Leah realized that the monster appears because of their worries. She quickly took Brandon to hospital, leaving Melinda unconscious after the fall at the staircase. Quite a relief for Asha, as her mother now understands why GRIMCUTTY appears to their kids. At the hospital, Amir finds Carmen's laptop and starts looking at his history searches. He starts getting anxious, realizing his son's search is full of Gritty and name. Brandon wakes up and finds his father on his laptop, where Amir starts asking him questions about his searches. Leah tells Amir that their kids aren't delusional, but they, as parents, need to understand the situation better and control their fear and paranoia. She gives him an injection shot that he could use to control the monster's attack. He however took the syringe from her wife when the police came in for Leah, who was charged from trespassing by Melinda. However, Amir continues with his over-controlling behavior, when he realizes Kamran is nowhere to be seen. The super worried dad shouts out Kamran's name while searching for him. We see the monster appearing to Kamran as he runs around the hospital. Asha, from where she sat crying from learning that her friend Cassidy has low chances of surviving from the stab she later did after GRIMCUTTY haunt, sees Kamran running and realizes he is being haunted by GRIMCUTTY, and runs after him. In the room where she pulled Kamran, she took a knife with the intentions of making her father worried about her, and kill the monster. She walks out and tells her father that Kamran is safe and he is with Leah, but makes Amir terrified that she has been watching GRIMCUTTY videos and that she is afraid of what she can do with the knife to her father. Then she runs and hides in some room waiting for the monster. The monster appears to her and struggles her, where she severely stabs it with the knife. Soon, GRIMCUTTY leaves her and falls down. Thinking she was done with it and tries to walk out, GRIMCUTTY wakes up again and leaks its blood. It started chasing after Asha, where she met her father along the way. Over-controlling as he is, and not ready to listen, Asha is forced to stab Amir and runs outside. Still looking at his father's blood on the scissors, Amir follows her, being irritated, but realizes that the same irritation is behind Asha's struggle. The monster appears to Asha again and strangles her while lifting her up. Amir, seeing Asha on air and struggling with something on her neck, he injects himself with the shot that Leah provided and collapses. The monster then releases Asha and disappears. The film ends with an ASMR recording done by Asha explaining all the details about her father doing fine after her stabbing and the importance of the parents not entirely understanding their children's lives. She mentions that until there is another parent like Melinda, who tries to control their children, GRIMCUTTY probably won't return. What the film concludes is the monster is a manifestation of their parents' fears and anxieties. This is marking the end of this film. You can also leave a comment if you will want us to recap your favorite movie. Also subscribe to help this channel out. Until next time, have a great day.